Please, anyone. You've got to help me. I mean, us. I mean the whole town. The Countess has gone crazy, and everyone's fighting about who should be in charge. She's the only one who can run this place. We need to help her. I don't know, and if anyone would know, it would be me. I'm her manservant. The other day, she called all the servants up and dismissed us. Since then, she's been shut up in the house, refusing to leave. The whole town's talking about it. No, the Count died years ago, and she's been in charge ever since. Of course, every eligible man in Stormhaven has come calling, trying to court her. But she doesn't like them. Or hasn't married, at least. Please, can you just talk to her? I can't thank you enough. So many people in town just want to write her off. They're less worried about her welfare than they are about who should take authority of Windkeep. Everyone asks that. King Afren conquered Windkeep and renamed it Afren's Hold, just to the south. The town kept the old name. It's a small place, but we do a fair amount of trade. The Countess is wealthier than most of her suitors. Yeah. The Countess has at least 5 different men who've been courting her. Not common folk like you and me, either. We're talking noblemen. People with lots of gold to throw around. They buy her some pretty fancy gifts. I wouldn't go near that place if I were you. They say it's haunted. Some other people came by asking about it recently. Haven't seen them since. So like I said, I wouldn't go there. I don't know. They were all wearing the same types of clothes. Looked like some kind of Daedric cultists. All the more reason to stay away from Afren's Hold, if you ask me.
My cousin never returned from the mines. I'm worried sick. He's a miner at Bearclaw Mine. Are you coming from there? I hope he's all right. Sure enough, this looks like my cousin's writing. He was supposed to return yesterday. Thank you. I know you didn't have to do this. I'm going to need some time to think about this.
Pardon me, but have you seen the Countess? She's usually bustling all over the town, but I haven't seen her in days. Perhaps someone should check on her.
If the Countess is truly sick, I am more than a little bit concerned. I would not wish to remain in this village if she was not in charge.
Over here, Initiate. Greetings. I have a message for you from Velast, Mistress...
The lines on my face tell a sad story. The tale of a woman whose youth was stolen by circumstance. I was widowed even before I flowered. I did what I thought was right. I assumed the burden of leadership, but I paid for that choice. I paid dearly. Of course, Matthias is such a sweet boy, and he served me well. It's a pity that I no longer have need of his service. I've been so false, so empty. I have no right to be a countess. I can see that now in my reflection. Windkeep needs a real leader, not a little girl masquerading as a woman of authority. Don't you see how hollow I am? I'm a shell of a person. Just look in the mirror.
This mirror is not for your eyes. Look away. Go away. You look into the mirror, seeking answers. But there are no answers here for you. I am here for the Countess, and the Countess alone. I have taken the Countess away, but it was with no animosity. The Countess you see before you is the reflection. The true Countess is in the mirror, and that is where she will stay. I will not. The mirror is the gift to her, but she is the gift to me. If you wish to release her, you'll have to pass through to the other side, into my domain. You shall find a warm welcome there.
An enchanted saddle warmer? You're too generous, Sir Bryce. I don't go riding often these days, but I do appreciate the gesture.
So, does that mean you will consider my request for your hand?
You make it hard to resist your advances, but I don't want to rush into anything.
Perhaps you should tell him the truth, Elise. That you and I plan to sell the estate and elope to Somerset Isle.
Indeed I would, Eurelian, if that were truly the case. I'm afraid you gentlemen will have to excuse me now.
Well?
Do you see? Do you see what I've become? Look at the reflection! I'm old, I'm fat, and sometimes Argonian. No one will ever admire me again. It's not? Are you sure? I don't want to go back to a world where I'm reviled. Where is Matthias? Why hasn't anyone come to help me? He did? How do you know Matthias? Never mind. Can you take me to him? Can we leave this terrible place? Whoever you are, I'm going to make sure you're well rewarded for this. Well, that was an adventure now, wasn't it? I'm fortunate that you came along. You certainly have my thanks. Where is Matthias? Where are the other servants? I did? That's worse than I thought, then. I had absolutely no control over myself whatsoever. Or was that even me? I'm sorry, I'm not used to being compromised like this. But that only doubles my debt to you. My first order of business now will be to shatter that mirror into 1,000,000 pieces. Next, and possibly even more important, I need to find out which of my suitors gave me the accursed thing. Greed. Plain and simple. Since the day my husband died, there's been a line of suitors, each with a more extravagant gift than the last. They want to buy me and my title. I certainly have. Why should I share my land, my bed, with such fobbing louts? Now one of my suitors apparently seeks to take me out of the picture. Matthias will know which suitor dropped off the mirror. Would you help me investigate this? If you don't mind, please apologize to Matthias for me as well. Tell him I would have him and all the other servants return if they're willing. No more suitors, though. I'm done pretending. I have no intention of marrying again. Certainly not now. No, they're all equally shallow and untrustworthy. Sir Bryce and the Altmer Eurelian are the worst. It was probably one of those who gave me the mirror. Sir Bryce is a man of honor, a knight of the flame with what he claims is a passion to match. The poor man. Bryce believes his own falsehoods. He says he loves me, but if I were clothed in rags, I'd be invisible to him. He claims he was drawn across the leagues by my beauty, but the truth is that Eurelian is the disinherited son of some wealthy mage. Rather than a talent for magic, though, Eurelian has a talent for spending. He would have me be his bank. Oh, I'm sure that several of my suitors will have already suggested they take custody of the estate. Both Eurelian and Sir Bryce are likely trying to rally support so they can petition the king.
No, this can't be happening. Not Matthias. He wouldn't have stomped on a diseased rat, let alone hurt a person. We were just standing here talking. He said you went in to talk to the Countess, so we were waiting. Then all of a sudden an arrow flew out of nowhere right into his chest. He was dead before he hit the ground. I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with what happened to the Countess. Did you talk to her? What did she say? Is she all right? The mirror? Is that what was wrong with her? Oh goodness, Matthias would have known. I don't really know the suitors. Maybe it was Sir Bryce, or that Altmer Eurelian. Probably the Altmer. He's shady. I'd check him first. I think he's from some rich family in the Aldmeri Dominion. All I've ever heard him talk about is gold. He even described the Countess's hair as strings of gold. Sir Bryce is really respectable. I don't know why the Countess isn't more receptive to him. He's a Knight of the Flame and everything. I think he would make a good husband. Of course, he's never even noticed me.
This blacksmith makes quite a bit of gold. I wonder how much he pays in taxes to the Countess. You mean, if I were the Count? I hoped for something like that, but my days of courting the Countess have come to an end. I've no gold left for gifts. Haven't been able to give her anything for weeks. She's already... No, I'm afraid not. I couldn't afford to give her a flower. So it was a mirror that finally won her over. Maybe Sir Bryce or Rowleen Mounier was the lucky one. There is someone who would know for sure, but I'm sworn to secrecy. I suppose I'd be a fool to turn down such an opportunity. Very well, there's a young woman named Elaine who's obsessed with the Countess. What some might call a stalker. She'll know who presented the mirror. She's the one to ask.
it's you. I saw you leaving the Countess's house earlier. I don't mean to intrude, but I simply have to ask. Are you yet another suitor come to seek her hand in marriage? Oh, well then, I suppose you're an old friend of the Countess's. I don't want to pry, of course, but, well, I am curious. What exactly is your relationship with her? The mirror? Matthias could have told you. Oh, but he was killed, wasn't he? Well, I don't mind telling you. It was actually a new suitor, but a strong contender. Tall, dark, handsome, very dignified. I heard his footmen call him Syrian. Well, I mean, I was curious, so yes, I followed him. He hiked up into the woods north of town. Kind of peculiar, honestly. So, can you tell me what this is all about? I'm dying to know. Cursed? Mara's mercy! That's terrible! I guess you're going after Syrian, then. Is the Countess all right? Never mind. You have work to do. Go on. This is getting good. I can't wait to see what happens next.
Praise the aid, it's you. Quick, untie me. The Countess was so sad about Matthias. She sent me to get flowers for his funeral. But on the way, one of these crazy cultists snuck up and just grabbed me. He dragged me back here and they asked me all these questions. This whole thing, the mirror, it wasn't the suitors. These cultists wanted to get rid of the Countess so they can take over the town. They forced me to talk. I think they're planning to kill the Countess at the funeral. You have to go stop them.
Have you come to pay your respects? That's very kind of you. Matthias was such... He was good to me. Better than I deserved, I think. In danger? Is it one of those pathetic suitors? Are they really that determined to have me out of the way? Oh no. That must be them. Please, you have to protect me. Have you come to pay your respect? In danger? Oh no. That must be them. Please, you have to protect me.
Of the Daggerfall Covenant. Raymond got what he deserved.
It looks clear now. Hurry. Meet me back at the manse.
Always digging. It seems like there are always so many dead people. Couldn't someone at the Mages Guild create some kind of magic shovel? I've seen magic brooms.
I know the Murtagh clan orcs are at Shinji's Scarp fighting them, but I can't help feeling nervous when I know there's an army of ogres just over the hill.
It seems you wound up saving me twice. I wish I knew a proper way to express my level of gratitude. Whoever these supernal dreamers are, they are cunning and clearly willing to go to great lengths to achieve their goals. I'm happy to be alive, and I'm also glad to know you stopped them cold. This has all been such an ordeal. I feel like there's so much to do now that it's over. Well, I want to go back to the graveyard and pay proper respects to my poor, sweet Matthias. And I suppose I must say something to my suitors. Speaking of which, I'm sorry you had to talk to them before. I know that must have been painful. You wanted to know if we were lovers? Yes, we were. No point in hiding it now. I think I loved him. It felt like it was just a game. Only now do I realize how wonderful he really was. Better than my suitors, at least. This has all been such an ordeal.
This whole thing was so terrible. Who would have known those people were just hiding outside of town, planning to take over, and only Julianos knows what else? I'm just glad it's all over.
I'm sorry, am I not allowed to stand here? It's the Countess's property, and she certainly hasn't said anything. So yes, I'll just stay here as long as I like. Thanks. I see the Countess is out and about town again. Certainly makes me feel better about things.
There's the one that defeated the corrupted spirit inside of the Weird Tree. Hail.
I am going back to Hammerfell and I am going to build a forge just like this one. Imagine how much business I can do. I could have 3 smiths working around the clock.
Hello.
I can't believe my part.
The world is dark. My sweet, my wife, Breloth, is dead. Mara take her soul. She was the only good thing I ever knew in this world, and now I can't even give her a decent burial. You would do that? I want it to be perfect. Breloth, she had such exquisite taste. My father said she was high upkeep, but I loved the way she just knew what she liked. She would have wanted her funeral to be special. She was a wood elf. She loved nature, flowers. If you could get some fallen blossoms to put in her hair, and her favorite meal, mud crab and the Wayside Inn's house wine, you'd actually get these for us? You coming along was such a blessing. Truly, the Eight sent you. This will mean so much to Breloth, so much. Skygazer peonies grow far to the north, near the waterfall. They prefer the higher ledges of the mountain ridge. Breloth loved their fragrant blossoms. They always looked wonderful in her hair. You'll find plenty of mud crabs at the base of the waterfall to the north. Stragglers are sometimes found in the passing stream. Their succulent claw meat is the most important part. My wife never cared for the rest. Finding the wine is simple. Talk to Johnsis Malarelli at the Wayside Inn. He'll sell it to you. You know how the Bosmer like their drink. I'd like to bury the bottle with her.
A summons was recently sent ordering all Knights of the Flame to return to Firebrand Keep. For now, though, I feel my duty is to remain here. Sir Hughes will understand.
Hello there.
And here.
Why? Why must she always complain? So irritating! I should have never left the army.
If Morlock keeps drinking like this, I'm going back to Orsinium. My mother warned me about marrying a soldier.
Just got confirmation that a caravan of goods is coming up from Wayrest. I'm gonna buy everything I can and take it up to Shinji Scarp. Those Murtagh clan orcs are big spenders.
I think I might buy one of Raoul and Mounier's pigs. I've just been having this craving for bacon lately.
We should drink to something.
The Countess has announced that she's throwing a big party next month at the inn. I hear she's planning on saying something to her suitors. Maybe she'll finally choose one of them.
Welcome to the Wayside Inn. Whether it's cold beer or fine wine you prefer, we have it all. Ah, a connoisseur then. Always happy to show off what this region has to offer. I hope you enjoy it.
Yes?
How does that song go? Have you heard it? It's called The Orc and the Bear. I can't sing it until I remember it properly. Maybe it's called The Bear and the Orc. Is that it?
Hello there.
Some of the taxes from the citizens could go to help the local merchants expand.
Can't you see that I'm trying to write? Someone has to document these strange sounds coming from Norvalk ruins, for posterity. You're not going to try to write a piece on this yourself, are you? Oh, well, in that case, let me point it out on your map. It's straight ahead, just up that hill there. You will tell me if you find anything of historic importance, won't you? I might even...
Greetings. you get everything? The blossoms, the mud crab claws? Did you forget the wine? Oh, Preloth, my love. Do you see what we have for you? She would have loved this. Flowers, wine, food. Everything will be perfect. Thank you for your help. This is going to be perfect. Perfect. I don't know whether I'm happy or sad or both, but I feel better.
My wife will never know what happened to me. Take word to my wife. Augustine de Rone should know I didn't make it. Please, tell her I love her.
Can't you see that I'm trying to write?
I saw the Countess picking flowers earlier. I'm so glad to see she's feeling better.
I appreciate that my brother lets me stay here, but I wish he would at least let me help out. He wants me to stay away from the stable, so I'm just supposed to entertain myself here at the house.
Greetings.
So much to do, so little time.
You know what amazes me? As muddy as these pigs get, they're still cleaner animals than the cows. You know, a cow will stand in its own waste for days. Won't even move, unless you make it.
It's a beauty, isn't it?
I'm rather busy right now.
The Countess has announced that she's throwing a big party next month at the inn. I hear she's planning on saying something to her suitor.
Come to us, Garzu. You're too late. Garzugar comes.
Hail! Are you going up to the ruins? Your timing is impeccable. I'm on a critical mission for the Mages Guild, and I need assistance. These ruins contain a powerful relic, King Afren's sword. With all the chaos in this region, the ogres, these cultists, the sword is not safe. You're smarter than you look. Yes, I need to bring King Afren's sword back to Wayrest. The Supernal Dreamers got here first, but it's actually a good thing. Their meddling awakened the spirits of this place, who killed every last one of them. Right again. Complicating matters further, King Afren's sword was shattered into 3 parts. Legend says it can only be reforged in King Afren's tomb. If you're brave enough to find the pieces and get them reforged, there will be a reward. I'm actually jealous, you know. I've always wanted to see the ruins of King Afren's hold. All the stories I've heard about the sword, the hold, the king himself. I'd go along, but I have no stomach for fighting the spirits of the dead. Smart and perceptive. I suppose this could be of use to you. There should be monuments in the ruins. Hold this holy symbol and pray at any of the monuments, and it should summon a fallen hero to fight at your side. Nothing in magic is certain, but necromancy, despite its bad reputation, is generally predictable. At the same time, the dead of Afren's hold might have more solidarity. Use at your own risk, I suppose. My research suggests the 3 parts of the sword, the blade, the hilt, and the pommel, can be found in the 3 towers within the hold. Only King Afren's spirit can reforge the sword. You must take the pieces into the king's tomb. There are books about the subject, you know. We don't have time for a history lesson. To summarize, Afren was a ruthless merchant king early in the First Era. He conquered many of his neighbors, quite infamous. There are no specific records of what occurred here, only vague references. King Afren allegedly spent all his time at war. While he was away, his enemies apparently attacked Afren's hold and killed everyone. The king himself died soon after. King Afren's sword was sacred. He never let anyone else touch it. We don't know how it was shattered or even if it really has magical properties. It certainly sounds like it's worth studying, though. Honestly, that was a surprise. I was told it was a quiet place. I presume it was the supernal dreamers who disturbed the dead. Perhaps because they sought the sword, or perhaps they were only trespassing. Either way, they're all dead.
Why, Father? Why did you abandon us? Why did you let us die? That sword. You loved it more than you ever loved me. When they came, they took us into the courtyard. I thought you would rescue us. Where were you?
These are sacred grounds. My sacred grounds. They are not meant for the living. Are you the one who disturbs our rest? Where did you get those? Those are mine! None may touch those save for me. That blade, that hilt, that pommel. To hold them again. Please, give them to me. Ah, yes. Yes, my precious sword. To wield it again would feel so good. I should never have shattered it. I must make it whole again. I must. Why do you have these? What did you want with them? Regret. The sword was my favorite possession, my best friend. And with it, I subjugated these lands. But in the process, I left my family unprotected. My sweet little girl was killed. I couldn't live with it. I shattered the blade in my grief. Mira? You saw my Mira? My poor sweet child. I wronged her so. I worried that her spirit would not rest. I wanted to seek her out. I have been unable to enter her tomb, though. I did. Since the day I discovered what had happened, all I wanted was to beg her forgiveness. Even more than I wanted this damn sword. Perhaps now, though, perhaps I can make amends. Perhaps I can show her how sorry I am. You can help me. You can show her. You can tell her how sorry I am. If she sees the sword, she will... maybe she will understand. Please, I beg you, give my daughter the sword. Yes, please do. Here, take it. Perhaps it will allow her to rest. Perhaps it will allow me to rest.
I should curse you, mortal, for disturbing our rest, but my spirit has never been at peace. I've walked these ruins for centuries, cursing the king's name. My father in name, but never in action. He left me here to die. Actions speak louder than words. My father was always quick to make promises, but in the end, when it mattered, he was away at war when I needed him most. An apology can't change that. His sword? His most prized possession? His most sacred treasure? He never even let anyone touch it. Is this how he hopes to find redemption? Give it to me. I would like nothing more than to destroy it. Thank you. His connection to the sword is so strong, I can sense his energy. I remember, there was a time when I was a little girl and he made me feel safe. I could at least speak to him, I suppose.
I would give it all, Mira. The sword, the keep, the kingdom. All of it for you.
I forgive you, Father.
My sword is again broken, but this time for good, and for good purpose. She has forgiven me. You have healed a wound that was centuries old. Even the greatest empire is a desolate domain without the ones you love. I never learned that lesson in life, but I hope you have. May the Eight be with you, young traveler.
Triumphant, I hope. You certainly have been gone long enough. Wait a minute. Where's the sword? Could you please elaborate a little? I've waited here for quite some time with the expectation that you would bring me the sword. I think you owe me at least some explanation. You what? I've been researching this for months. I hiked all the way out here on my own, I should note. And now you tell me you gave my treasure to someone else? Next time, if I want something, I'm not hiring someone I meet on the road.
Greetings, Sarah.
Welcome to the Bank of...
What can I do for you? Rough luck. Thanks so much for bringing news. It's better than spending the rest of my life wondering.
Peace be with those who are free of Vermina's omen.
Pray for those who perished in fury. And pray for those here now. They must complete the tasks of those who are gone.
I'm told you defeated an omen of Vermina. I pray that Count Hosni recovers quickly. Kinnereth, the goddess of air? She rules over the heavens themselves, and her power touches us all. The wind, the air, and the very elements all fall within her domain. Many turn to Kinnereth when in need of good fortune. Those who travel by land or sea often pray for good weather and safe journeys. Others look to her to bless a child's birth with favorable stars. She's the most powerful of the sky spirits, and many benefit from her favor.
May Arcade drive back the darkness forevermore.
Hail.
Greetings.
Greetings.
The victims of Vermina's treachery are in my heart and prayers. Dibella is the goddess of beauty. Her cults vary wildly due to the range in which beauty may be expressed and worshipped. One may contain painters and sculptors, while another contains those who choose to explore beauty in a more sensual way. Perhaps to some outsiders, but we uphold both external and internal beauty. Our wish is to spread this beauty across all of Nirn, so everyone may learn to value both.
I pray for those whose minds were blinded by Vermina's omen. Those who stray from the path of law and order are truly lost.
May Zenithar grant you prosperity in all your honest ventures.
Hail!
Let's keep this business-like.
Ah, another admirer come.
Fate summons you, champion. Will you answer its call?
Another distraction.
Orcs and Redguards aren't subtle, but in battle they're unmatched. We couldn't ask for better allies.
Yes? What is it? If you don't have business...
Redguard steel has protected Wayrest for many generations, just as it does today.
I was deeply saddened to hear of my sister's death. In Alakir, her murderer...
Hello there.
I've done all I can, but the king seems to slip further away every hour. I'm afraid there is no way to enter the dream either. There's something different this time. Something far more dangerous.
A dusk stone. Fascinating. I've heard of them, but never seen one. It's said that Azura once used a dusk stone to break the barrier between day and night. Maybe it can also penetrate the barrier between waking and sleeping.
I almost lost faith there. I don't know why I doubted Azura. Why I doubted you. Maybe it's from being so close to the king. He's consumed by terror in his dream.
The Night Terror? Vermina's own consort? Then this does not even compare to the threat the omens represented. The Night Terror. His name was once Golthus, and he was Vermina's lover. Now, he is her champion. I suppose you must. But be warned. The Night Terror takes many forms, and has countless methods of inflicting pain and fear. No wonder the king suffers so. Hurry then. Azura be with you, friend.
Daggerfall Covenant needs a stronger ruler, Emmerich. Your reign as High King has come to an end. I'm taking Wayrest.
Damn it, Gudrun. We've been friends for years. How can you just betray me like this?
rue the day my father gave you my hand in marriage. You're not worthy of being my husband. And you're certainly not worthy of being my king.
Maria, I don't understand. I know we went for political reasons, but I thought that over the years you actually came to... I thought you loved me. If I've lost your support, then I have lost everything. You know, it's actually ironic. I, probably the most unworthy man in all the kingdom, wound up being High King. It makes the entire Covenant look like some kind of circus. Yes, it's better that someone else takes the throne. I accept my fate. The prisoner must pay for his crimes. It is the only way to restore order to the kingdom. Treason. His actions would have destroyed the Daggerfall Covenant. He has been found unworthy in every way. He deserves to die. But I am King Emeric, the new King Emeric. The unworthy weakling will be gone, and I will take his place. Why did you make him leave? I was this close to reaching the peace of death. It has just been a jest. The Daggerfall Covenant, my kingdom, my life. I was never worthy to be king. I'll die here, and one more worthy will take my place.
No, I wish that were true. It was the other life that was a dream. All that business about the Daggerfall Covenant was just a pack of lies. This is reality. Fear, bloodlust, betrayal. In my heart, I think I always knew that.
No, I'm not falling for that again. 1,000,000 times he's shown me, to hope is to suffer. Why don't you just kill me and have done with it? Tell Galthis to come back. He can take me. He can be me. Just end this nightmare. Mocking a broken man. That's low. Even for a creature of oblivion. You know where he went. My castle. His castle now. His damn minions hold the keys. The knight, the thief, the general. If you're not going to kill me, please, just go away.
You're not worthy of being my husband. And you're certainly not worthy of being my king.
Maria, I don't understand. I know we went for different reasons, but I thought the you actually came to. I've lost you also. I have lost everything.
When Golfis rules Stormhaven, I will return to serve Hughes.
Troops have broken through the gates. They're heading toward the castle.
Heal me!
When Golfis is king, Hosni Atura will not elude me again.
General Godwin will obey me again.
Return and assume your King Emeric's form. When I awaken as Emmerich, I will tell everyone of your sacrifice within the dream to save my sight. You'll be remembered as the hero who saved King Emmerich. No one will ever know the truth. Like you, the real Emmerich will be dead. I'll destroy the Covenant, and the people will curse both your names.
Tell me quickly and truthfully, how do we fare?
They're calling for you to surrender, Your Majesty.
What in oblivion just happened? Something changed. It's going to be bad, isn't it? It always is. I don't know why I bother asking. Still, I seem to remember you, but... This is just another trick, isn't it? Dead? Truly? So, I can still be Emmerich? I can still be High King? I don't know I deserve that at this point, but I guess it's a good thing. Yes, my binds are actually loosening, and that is very good. Does this mean...
I would speak to you again, mortal. Come through the mirror to Quagmire.
Tell me quickly and truthfully, how do we fare?
The supernal dreamers are sacrificing people in the streets. Your Majesty, what should we do?
I'm impressed, mortal. You navigated my nightmares without losing your nerve, and yes, you have saved your little king. For now. Of course you will. You have slain my consort as well. I'll get over my loss, but I think I'll keep you here.
The Daggerfall Covenant was a mistake. You
Perhaps
can't
a
trust
century
the
or
Red
two will
Guards.
teach you humility. Perhaps we will. You have certainly
Must
proven resourceful in the
remain vigilant.
past.
The Red Guards could
Even
be
if you
plotting
escape
against us.
Quagmire mortal, you will not escape my vengeance. I can be patient. Very patient. Goodbye. For now.
Sister Sophia was never worthy of you.
At one time, there was a spark between Sophia and I, but she doesn't hold a candle to you.
I asked Abbot Durak to go downstairs because I wanted to speak with you for a few moments alone. Tell me something. Do you recall everything that happened in the dream? Frankly, I wish your memory was as hazy as mine. What I do recall, I'm rather ashamed of. I am the King of Stormhaven, the High King of the Daggerfall Covenant, but that damned Daedra reduced me to a pathetic child. I am too, and I owe you for that. And more, really. You were the one who acted nobly in there, not me. You had enough courage for both of us. I was broken. You saw me. I can only hope this experience will make me a stronger, a better king. Indeed, for the sake of Stormhaven and for the sake of the Daggerfall Covenant as a whole. Enough dreary talk, though. The good news is that Vermina and her Daedra are gone. Come with me to the throne room.
In all the years I've known him, I've never seen Godrun so emotional. I'm sure the king will forgive him, but I worry that he will not be able to forgive himself.
And so your journey brings us together again.
On behalf of the Knights of the Flame, I came here to pay my respects. You saved my order, and now my king, friend. I have a feeling I will hear about many more of your accomplishments in the future. I am honored to know you.
So first you freed me, and now you saved the king? You certainly do keep busy. You're an inspiration, too. I hope we run into each other again.
So the true culprit behind Lacana's murder was indeed Vermina. I'm glad to know her plot against my brother was ultimately thwarted. I'm glad we spared Sir Hughes as well. I understand he's doing penance at Pariah Abbey.
Your Majesty, I humbly beg your forgiveness. My mind was poisoned, and I was not myself. I vow to make this up to you.
The threat to my husband was a threat to the Daggerfall Covenant as a whole. On behalf of my father, King Faharajad, and all of Alikir, I thank you.
There is no suitable reward for what you've done. Sorry to say it, but your success has probably earned you more responsibility than reward. You'll be hearing from me again sooner than you'd like. I apologize in advance. Bah! Are you always so damn noble? You need to lighten up, my friend. Perhaps this will lighten your spirits. It's a small token of my appreciation, but one I hope will serve you as you have served me. You're a hero, and now, a friend, too. Speaking to you now as a friend, and as your king, I wonder if I might prevail upon you to assist me with some other matters. One that is a matter of state, and another that is of a more personal nature. Rivenspire is the real problem. The quibbling between the noble houses there seems to have turned bloody. I would send you with my authority to try to restore order. I will join you when I can. And then there's the personal matter. That damn guillotine. For reasons you might recall, I want it demolished. I've given the order to Captain Ernell, but on your way out of Wayrest, I would ask that you ensure it's being done thoroughly. Your help with both these matters is much appreciated. Until that damn guillotine's been dismantled, I won't be able to sleep. And more importantly, until the matter in Rivenspire is resolved, the Covenant will be severely weakened. Honestly, I deserve some of the blame for Rivenspire's troubles myself. After Rancer's war, I didn't trust any of the nobles enough to give them the throne, so I appointed 3 houses to share rule of the kingdom. Seemed like a smart strategy. So it seems. Maria actually counseled me to appoint a single ruler in Rivenspire more than a year ago. I should have listened, but after the mess with Rancer, there's something about nearly having my head on a pike that's hard to forget. Well, yes. My decision to marry Maria instead of King Rancer's daughter really stuck in the man's craw. He had Wayrest surrounded at one point. I remember I even dreamt about my head on a pike. Of course, as you know, I've had worse nightmares.
Ah, good to see you again, my friend. Your fame is growing fast. I hear your name all the time now. Better you take the spotlight and I can stick to the shadows, eh? I am too, my friend. I am too. I hear the king was ill, and I understand we suffered from similar afflictions. I am, a little distracted, but yes, I came to pay my respects. Seeing Sister Sophia here has caught me off guard. Do you think she could ever forgive me? Very smart. You are a wise counselor. After I speak with the king, I will make my apology. Thank you, my friend, for everything.
Oh, it's you. I can't believe it. I was just praying for Azura to watch over the king, and you show up at that very moment? This can't be a coincidence.
And so we meet again. Tabitha and I were actually just on our way back to the Abbey. We heard Abbot Durock was here, so we came to tell him that the shrine was cleansed. I guess you beat us to it, though.
You are truly favored by Azura. Wherever you go and whatever you do, I hope you will not take her blessing for granted. I should add that personally, I am honored to have walked at your side in her light. May she continue to watch over you.
You know, I was thinking, if Vermina's omens were really driving people mad, does that mean they weren't responsible for their decisions? Never mind, don't answer that.
Rumor is the soldiers at the redoubt are going to move on to Cathbedro. May the Eight protect them.
Aha! So you return from Gavadon with another feather in your cap. Defeating the Iron Hand ogres. Wish I could claim such an accomplishment. Frankly, it's an honor to know you. Is there anything you need from me? Why, yes, of course, yes. Take it down and burn it. The king told me this was of the highest priority. I'll admit, I thought he was joking, but I assume he wouldn't have sent you if that was the case. We'll redouble our efforts.
So now we have to take the whole thing down? I wish the king would make up his mind.
You know, I'm actually relieved. The thought of public executions. Do two wrongs really make a right?
Build it, take it down. Bright side of all this is that I'm getting paid either way.